Dawn breaks on May 29th, 1453. But this is no ordinary sunrise. Over the ancient walls of Constantinople, the sky is a canvas of angry red and billowing black smoke. The air itself is thick, heavy with the metallic temps of blood, the acrid smell of gunpowder, and the raw scent of churned earth. For 53 days, this city, the jewel of the Byzantine Empire, has been under siege. Today, it will all end. Imagine the sound. It's a symphony of chaos, the deep, thunderous rhythm of the meter. The Ottoman military band pulses like a giant heartbeat, driving the soldiers forward. It's a sound designed to instill courage in allies and terror in enemies. Above this relentless beat, the world-shaking roar of massive cannons, the likes of which the world has never seen, punctuates the air. And weaving through it all, a single, deafening roar, the sound of over 100,000 men screaming for battle, for glory, for victory. This is the final, all-out assault orchestrated by the young Sultan Mehmed II. From a distant hill, mounted on his magnificent horse, at who's 21 years old, he has staked his entire reputation, the future of his empire, on this one single moment. His eyes are fixed on the prize, the legendary Theodosian walls, a triple line of fortifications that have protected this city for 1,000 years. But now, after weeks of relentless bombardment, those walls are scarred, bruised, and in some places, crumbling into rubble. The initial waves of attackers have already been thrown against the defenses. First, the irregulars, the Bashibas, sent to exhaust the defenders and absorb the first volleys of arrows and stones. Then, the disciplined Anatolian regiments. The fighting has been brutal, a desperate meat grinder at the base of the walls. The defenders, a mixed force of battle-hardened Genoese mercenaries and determined Byzantine citizens, are fighting with the ferocity of cornered lions. They know there is no retreat, no surrender. For them, it is victory or death. Look towards the Golden Horn, the city's natural harbor. The water is choked with debris, and plumes of smoke rise from the smoldering hulks of ships. The great chain that once blocked the entrance has been bypassed. The Ottoman fleet now sits within the harbor, a constant threat that forces the defenders to split their already meager forces. Everywhere you look, there is destruction. Siege towers, colossal wooden behemoths, lie shattered and burning. The great gates, once symbols of imperial power, are splintered and battered. The ground is a treacherous landscape of broken weapons, discarded shields, and the tattered, torn flags of a dying empire. But the Sultan has an ace up his sleeve. His elite guard, the Janissaries. These are the best of the best, raised from a young age for one purpose, to serve the Sultan and to win his battles. They have been held in reserve, fresh and eager. As the sun climbs higher, the order is given. The Janissaries advance, not with a wild cry, but with a steady, disciplined tramp, their resolve unshakable. They are a wave of steel and determination, crashing against the last vestiges of Byzantine resistance. The fighting on the walls becomes a desperate, close-quarters struggle. Every inch of stone is contested. Swords clang, axes fall, and men tumble from the ramparts into the chaos below. The defenders, outnumbered and utterly exhausted, fight on with a courage born of desperation. They are defending their homes, their faith, their entire world. But the sheer weight of numbers is beginning to tell. The Ottoman tide is relentless, pressing in from all sides. And then, a small, unsecured gate, the Kirkoporta. Discobere, a small group of Janissaries slips through, and suddenly, the unthinkable happens. Ottoman flags appear inside the city walls. A cry goes, but first a confusion, then of terror among the defenders, and of triumph among the attackers. The psychological blow is immense. The line begins to waver. It is at this critical moment that our focus narrows to one man. His name is Olyabatla Hazan, a giant of a man, a Janissary of incredible strength and even greater courage. He sees the wavering. He feels the turning of the tide. With a roar that cuts through the din of battle, he grabs an Ottoman banner. He is not the first to try and plant a flag on the ramparts. Many have tried and failed, their bodies littering the base of the walls. But Hasan is different. He sprints towards a section of the wall, his shield held high. Arrows rain down on him, thudding into his shield, his armor, his body. He doesn't slow. He reaches the top, a lone figure against the fiery sky. As he attempts to plant the banner staff into the stone, a hail of arrows finds its mark. 1, 2, a dozen or more pierce his chest and limbs. He stumbles, blood pouring from his wounds. The defenders rush to push him back, but Hasan will not fall. In an act of pure, unbelievable willpower, he holds his ground. Even as his life ebbs away, his one remaining focus is the banner. He uses his own body as an anchor, holding the flag erect as more arrows strike him. He has become a living symbol of the Ottoman will to conquer. His comrades below see this incredible act of sacrifice. A new surge of energy electrifies them. They roar his name and swarm up the ladders and through the breaches, inspired by his final, defiant stand. Hasan's sacrifice is the tipping point. The defense collapses. The great emperor, Constantine Palaiologos, is last seen casting aside his imperial regalia and charging into the fray, disappearing into the sea of invaders, choosing to die as a soldier with his city. The final assault is over. The silence that follows the cacophony of battle is even more deafening. The sun now fully illuminates a scene of historical transformation. The 1,000-year-old Byzantine Empire is no more. A new power, the Ottoman Empire, has risen to take its place, and the world will never be the same. The story of Olibatho Hasan, the man who held the banner high even in death, would become a legend, an immortal tale of courage and sacrifice that symbolized the fall of one age and the dawn of another. Thank you for joining us on this journey back in time. If you found this story of heroism and history compelling, please hit that like button and subscribe for more epic tales from the past. Let us know in the comments which historical event you'd like to see us cover next. Until then, keep exploring history.